Hello friends, welcome back. It's very sunny out here. If you're watching this, you're here to learn how to do a wall ride, so welcome to the how-to wall ride video. I am your host, DustinNotJustin. First, I would like to say thank you to all the people that saw the last video that gave me some feedback on the commentary style thing. Definitely gonna figure something out with that, but I just want to say thank you to all of you for doing that for me. Anyway, let's get to the how-to wall ride. As promised, I'm at the wall ride spot, the same one we were at last time. I know a lot of people don't necessarily have a wall ride spot, and I noticed a lot of skate parks don't even really have wall ride setups, so you kind of have to do it on the street. If you don't have a wall ride setup, try to find a slanted wall, or you could find a piece of plywood and prop it up against a wall. I think it's a great way to kind of figure out how to learn how to lean against a wall kind of, and start getting that lean towards the ground, that feeling of like being slanted. Or you can try to jump onto it from the ground. That way, you know, you get a kind of an idea of like what it feels like to jump into a wall. But if you are fortunate enough to have a wall ride setup like this, we're gonna teach you how to do it that way, and I'm gonna also do it on a flat wall. I figured that's probably the more common situation of more people, so they're gonna have to learn on a flat wall. So let's just get into it. If you do not have any kind of obstacle, you're gonna have to learn pretty much from flat ground to a wall. What I would recommend is going kind of like at a 45-degree angle towards the wall. What you're probably going to do the first time you try this is pull up way too late, not lean in enough, lean out enough, and you're probably going to just end up going like this right into the wall, because that's what happens to me a lot too. You gotta give it a good speed. If you go too slow, you're not gonna be able to get up the wall high enough, but if you go too fast, you're gonna run right into the wall. So you gotta figure out your speed a little bit. I say try to go moderate speed, little cruise speed, not too fast, not too slow. And this does require being able to bunny hop really well. So try to approach the wall at a 45-degree angle, like a bike length back is where you kind of want to start pulling up, mark it. So you really want to pull up like around here, maybe even further back, because you're going into a wall. You want to have some time to be able to actually get on the wall. But if you pull up too late, you're not gonna have enough time unless you try to like go up at like a transition, which is really, really difficult unless you're like Chris Carter. The second hardest part of this is really going into that lean, like leaning down. Even when I feel like I'm pretty much like this, it doesn't even feel close to it. I'm still very much like just very slightly slanted. You do have to lean a lot, but you also have to be ready in case you do fall, because sometimes if you lean a lot, you really get stuck on the wall, and you could like ride this for a while and you might panic and try to put your foot down and just fall. You gotta be really cautious and just aware of like what's going on. So I'm gonna launch around this rock piece area. And I'm gonna take my mic off so I don't ruin it. But yeah, as you saw, I'm not the greatest at wall rides, but I can get on there. Even that one just there felt like I was like super leaned, and I know I'm not even close. It just goes to show like you really have to lean, and even I struggle with it. Something to keep in mind also, a little tip, if you happen to have a wall like this where there's like cinder blocks, you could kind of use it to like as like a measure. Let's say this fourth block here, or maybe this fifth block actually. Almost try to aim like as if you're trying to hop onto a ledge. That's kind of how you should try to go at this. You want to hop onto the ledge and almost aim for both tires to be like that. That's kind of the mindset you want to have, to be like, okay, I want to almost like a ledge ride this way. What I struggle with at least is I get my front end up a lot higher than my back end, like that a lot. And instead of going like this, you should try to keep that in mind, because that will probably help you level things out a little bit better and also make the wall ride feel better. Sorry, I'm sweating my ass off here. So yeah, try to find a wall that maybe has cinder blocks like this, so you have something to kind of aim towards. If you are trying to ride a wall, we're gonna step over here now and go over that way. After watching Ricky do a bunch of wall rides last week, I noticed he really gaps out against the wall. See these tire marks here? If you really want to ride the wall, you have to put yourself further back. Give yourself enough time to get some air, meet the wall at a further away point, like that. Then you can actually lean and ride the wall. Just like on flat, you really have to lean into the bank. away from the wall. That'll help you stick to the wall better and definitely make you be able to ride along the wall better. Hopefully you have enough room like this. That way you can actually pull this off. If I'm aiming for these black tire marks over here, I'm gonna actually leave from this point right here and try to go across it more than anything else, and show you what that looks like. From all those attempts I just did, I was starting off really shitty because I wasn't leaning enough. And I just kept telling myself, okay, you gotta really lean away from the wall like that. It's scary, but it's really the best way. Otherwise, your tires aren't gripping against the wall very good. But then this is the flat side of the tire. You have to be like that to get more grip versus like this where it's just really not sticking to the wall. If you have a wall ride like this where there is a gap and then coming off the wall, when you're on the wall, just kind of slightly nudge, like pick up. It's gonna feel like you're pulling up as hard as you can, but it's basically a little nudge. But that pull is gonna help you land back into the bank because there is this gap, so you don't case on the deck here. If it's right up against the wall, then you kind of don't have to worry about that. Same exact method on the flat, really. Like just try to aim for like a spot on the wall, like 4 blocks up or whatever it is. It's gonna be hard to get your tires to really be level versus up and down, like I kept them doing. I think it's just like a natural state of like you not wanting to be like upside down. As always, film yourself, because even for this, I was watching myself over and over again. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And it's like, oh, duh, you're definitely not leaning enough out of the wall. I could tell that I just wasn't leaning out enough. So film yourself, and then you can kind of figure out what you're doing wrong. Always film yourself, film everything. Something else, for this, speed was a big factor. I had to go pretty fast at this, which is scary because you're running into a wall. But you do need speed to like get some momentum to go across the wall, because if you don't get enough speed, then you're not gonna move anywhere. This trick is really all about the lean. Biggest thing about this trick, because if you don't lean out, it's not gonna happen. But at the same time, you have to be aware that if you do lean out and you're not high enough and you don't have enough time to come off the wall, you are probably gonna fall on your side. So you gotta be ready for that too, or just hop as high as you can on the wall if you're doing this with no bank. Like try to get as high on the wall as you can, because you need that time to kind of like either pull off the wall or catch yourself from falling or whatever. You need time. Hopefully that helped. If you have any other questions, you know where to do. Comment below. I always comment back, and I'm going to try to help you any way I can. You can always DM me on Instagram, send your video, and I'll help you out. I think that's really it. I mean, this is a pretty simple trick. I think it's just scary. It's really scary, not gonna lie. Like even I was pretty scared to do this, but it's a very simple trick. At least like theoretically, like the idea of it is simple. You just slant. That's the biggest thing. Just lean out. Until next time, remember to like and subscribe, because I like you too. Until next time, peace. Oh.